one of the things I've never shared on here really is I used to be in real estate. So me and my wife used to have 5 rental houses. 2 of them were homes that we had bought and we had lived in at one point in time or another, and 3 of them we simply bought for investment purposes. So we've decided to try to get back into that. We sold them all off in 2017, liquidated everything, and now we're thinking about getting back into it a little bit. So I'm going to go right now. I'm on the way to look at a property, and I'm going to take you along with me, and we're going to look and see what we got. Now, before I always bought dilapidated homes. Usually the homes were so rough a shape the realtors wouldn't even go into. Now, one of them was actually an auction. I seen an ad in the newspaper and I bid on it. There was no realtor involved, but the other 2 homes were situations where due to odors and stains and things of that nature, the realtors didn't want to have anything to do with them. So we're going to pull up on a home here that they're asking $15,000 for, and we're going to take a quick look-see and see what we got. Now, I will say, whenever you're going to look at homes, something you always want to make sure you have is a way to take some photographs. That way you can go back and look at things later on, remind yourselves of what you've seen. I also always like to have a flashlight along with me, and if it's something listed with the realtor, usually make contact with them, let them know you're coming by. But there's nothing wrong with going around, at least driving by, looking around the perimeter of a house if they're uninhabited, and kind of getting a feel for if it's something you want to take a closer look at. Because you don't really want to tie up a realtor's time if you're just going to drive by a house and say, no, that's not for me. So I always like to go take a couple looks at them from the outside, see what you got going on, see if it's something that you want to then contact the realtor, maybe take a look inside and see about making an offer. So as I just mentioned, this particular house is listed for $15,000, and I'm really interested to see what in this market $15,000 will get you. The dilapidated houses I talked about before, I bought one of them for $7,500. It was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and I bought a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home for $12,000. And this would have been back in, we'll say 2012, 2013 time frame. And then the other home, the one that I did in an auction, I seen an ad in a newspaper. I actually got that house for $5,000. So let's see in this market today what a $15,000 home looks like. Let's go. All right, looks like we're just a couple blocks away from this property. One thing you always want to be mindful of when you're looking at rental properties or investment properties that you might want to be making an offer on is look at the surrounding neighborhood. Neighborhood can really influence what your asking price is going to be after you do a flip, or even what your rental price can be. So you want to be mindful of what the surrounding neighborhood looks like. This one here looks like it's surrounded by homes that are pretty nice. Surprisingly, not too bad a shape for the house itself, only asking $15,000, and we are here. So let's get out and see what we got. Oh wow, so the roof has got a lot of rippling to it. Siding's not looking great at all. Windows intact. See all those ripples up there? Definitely needs a roof. Come around to the back before we even get to the house. There's a bunch of stuff in the backyard. We got a dog pen, a bunch of old tires, a motorcycle, lawnmower, a Corvette that's partially disassembled. We got a trailer, a garage, and a boat and another car. So a bunch of just junk sitting around here. Got a busted window there. Let's see what we got going on here. Well, I can tell you right there, this place, you don't even have to walk in here. This is gonna be a rough one. Subfloor is absolutely tore up. Got crap everywhere. Got motor parts, gas can, exhaust tips. This one is rough. I'll tell you what. I knew it was going to be rough from the listing photos, but wow. This roof, you're looking at $8,000 roof. Siding needs done, another $7,000. Motorcycle's absolute junk. All these tires you're gonna pay to have them hauled off. They're asking $15,000 for this house. If it was fully rehabilitated, it would probably be a $50,000 home, but you're gonna be in this thing $30,000. I don't even know if it'd be worth buying for $1. Well, that's what you get in this market right now for $15,000. Garbage. Well, as you can see from the video you just watched, we didn't have to walk in that house to be able to tell that it was not something that we needed to see more of. Normally we'd go in, take a look, but between the listing photos and what I seen from just the outside, giving a look over and knowing what the market value is for if it was fixed, yeah, it's just not a deal. It's nothing that you want to get involved in. The work is just way too much work. The time, getting rid of all that junk, how much work would have to go into that house, you would not be making any money. So, and I did find out that that's owned by an investment company. I use a parcel or a plat map service called LandGlide. They have an app. And I typed in the address and it shows up all the owners of every parcel, and this one is owned by a LLC, something to the effect of As Is Properties or Properties As Is, something to that effect. So probably what they've done is they've bought that home at a tax sale, a tax deed sale, and they're just letting it sit, and they put what they feel was a decent price on it. I would say they're probably not from this area, and I would also say that that house will probably never sell unless the market just, the cost of goods goes down so much that you can get siding for the same price it was back in 2016, 2017. If roofing material cuts in half, if lumber cuts in half, right now plywood's $22 a sheet. All the subfloor in that house needs replaced. All the roofing decking needs replaced. At $23 a sheet, it's not going to happen. If it was back the way it was when it was $10, $11 a sheet, sure. Go in there, replace the subfloor, do this, that, and the other. But that is a lot of work in that house. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and you would be lucky, you would be fortunate to make a couple $1,000s after doing 6 months of work. That's not the kind of deal I'm looking for. So deals I've done in the past: bought a house for $5,000, put 20 in it, sold it for 50. Bought a house for $12,500, put 3 in it, sold it for 35. Bought a house for $7,500, put 5 in it, rented it for several years, and then sold it for 20. So those are the kind of deals I'm looking for. I'm not expecting to be able to pay what I paid back then, but I still am expecting and looking to at least double my money. If I can't double it, I'd like a 40% return or a 40% ROI. So if I'm putting 25, I want to sell it for 50 and have a 50% return. So that's kind of where I'm looking at, and deals can be found. Just that's not going to be one of them. So this next video I'm going to make, I'm going to show you how you can buy things for taxes or attempt to buy things for taxes, how you can locate their location. And yeah, I went and looked at 7 or 8 properties just the other day, and I will be showing you and talking to you about that process here shortly.